Okay. You're gonna keep that
No,
on?
that's staying on, yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and a lot of people make a lot of assumptions about gamers that just aren't accurate, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna introduce you to some professionals in this space and see if I can change your mind. Let's go. Jesse, your first experience here at a gaming convention, how do you feel, man?
Honestly, I've been gaming for 8 hours straight, and I feel like my face is melting.
You can tell, am I right?
It's serious business. We just got done with our meet and greet, and a Canadian fan, gave me this Canadian fanny pack and said that if you wear it, you are officially a citizen. And I am a man of the world, so I thought to myself, I wanted to put my best foot forward for my Canadian brethren and be one of you today.
Okay, so you're just taking anybody's word and owning that as truth? Like, I've never seen this before in my life.
In America, we don't doubt people. Do you understand me? We take people at face value.
That is also a lie. There's so many assumptions that people make with people that play video games for a living, or just even in esports. There's so many stigmas attached to it. So what's the one that drives you the most crazy?
It would have to be that we're all loners, introverts, that, there is no camaraderie. I mean, look around you right now, right? Like 60,000 people are here because of their love of video games and connecting with each other.
Like, what's the one assumption that you would have made in your life about gamers?
They don't have social lives, but they do.
Esports is a very strongly growing industry, but a lot of people don't really know it exists.
All right, now, Phil, you're a professional FIFA player. You are Toronto FC's representative in this game, which means you get paid to play video games. So when did you first discover you could make this a job?
I think it was 3 years ago when I was in university, and one of my buddies was like, "Hey Phil, I think you're good enough to qualify for these events." And I was like, "You know what? Let me give this a try." And next thing you know, that I'm going and competing at an event.
And he's making the cash money.
Yeah, it's a living. It's awesome. It's really cool that, my parents still don't really believe it. They're like, "Are you sure your student loans are being paid?" Yeah, things are going great. It's kind of confusing when you put on your Tinder profile, "Yes, I work in games," and yes, you can make money, right? You gotta convince, because they kind of "Are you sure?"
I think my parents have always been super supportive, and at the end of the day, that's the wonderful thing about our industry is that you are literally following your passion, and every single person I've ever seen that follows their passion 100% and gives it a good go for a long enough time succeeds.
People play video games for money the same way you'd watch the NHL or the NFL, and then I just talk over it the same way that Bob Cole does or Doc Emmerich does. Trying to explain it to family at every family gathering is extremely challenging.
If you were to become a professional gamer today, what would your parents say?
You made it. I don't know. As long as I'm making some decent cash and I'm happy, I'm sure they'd be very happy.
But your dad still doesn't get it, right?
No, unfortunately not. He's like a third generation or first generation Vietnamese guy. He's 75, man. There's nothing you can convince him in terms of you can make money playing video games. No, but at least I'll understand for my kids in the future.
I know you haven't switched over your control scheme, man.
Listen, Ken Griffey Jr. on N64, NFL Blitz. I'd watch my little brother play Zelda in the Ocarina of Time all the time. I will never switch. NHL 94 on Sega Genesis. Very dear to my heart.
Hit him up on Tinder.
No, what? No, I'm talking about an agent, not...
Oh, whoops.
But Tinder works as well.
Okay.